how we doing, everybody? We'll be loading in here shortly. Okay. T-minus 7 minutes, we'll be kicking off. So if you're watching this on Restream, go ahead, get yourself 7 minutes from now. All right, how we doing, everybody? Look at that handsome fella.
How do I do that? I forget. Don't tap. Medium? That's what I'm doing, not shouting. I mean, is here. He's on his way.
That we are. That we are, Tham. It's beautiful.
Wild.
Two mics.
Sorry, Wolf. Tham Wolf Skogan. Hey, Captain Drake. And damn right, dog. You sure are.
Wow.
MAJ J.LaFlash, Alpha Company, all present or accounted for.
Oh, all right, post. Sweet deal. Welcome. Welcome back to the States. Those that aren't familiar or have joined us during this last, well, since April, technically all our ceremonies prior to April and most of the year actually, because then we went into exercise Yellow Carrot. So we've been away from the stateside for a long time. So this is our Fort Stewart. So we'll be able to have a couple months-ish along this line for completing some FTXs. See where we travel from there. But November, was a overall successful month. Not only have we finished up our Operation Blue Giant, which we conducted 19 combat operations and I believe 17 presence patrols. Hard to believe that we stepped off the first weekend of April to kick some pro-Russian ass, pretty much. We had our fair share of getting our asses beat down, but one thing that we definitely had was a lot of grit and a lot of combat expertise in terms of our leadership and skill ability to push anything that came at us right back. And ultimately, we'll be having our public affairs and First Arm Brock are writing up our final, post on the end of Operation Blue Giant. So today's ceremony, we launch in December. December's a short month for us. We run into, we start now, of course, with our ceremony in the beginning of the month. But this month is only a 3-weekend month for us, even though that there's 4, 5 almost weekends in the month of December. Those that aren't aware, after December 18th, so the 19th of December, we enter what's called the Holiday Exodus. So during this time frame, the holiday exodus that runs December 19th through January 1st. So we'll be back to active duty January 2nd after the new year. Those that aren't familiar what an exodus is, it's kind of just like a stand down. We want our soldiers to spend some time doing what they want to do, be able to have some time with family, friends, enjoy the holidays, not have to be on, especially the way New Year's Eve and Christmas land this year. Same thing with just the eves as well. New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Those are Saturdays and Sundays, both this time for 2022. So the way those land obviously will not work too much for us, but just in general, we want to make sure our soldiers don't feel they have to be online if grandma's coming over, right? So we want to understand that, let everybody know that no TPRs are needed from December 19th through January 1st. So you will not have to TPR at all, no LOAs, nothing like that. We will ask, please check the website at least and report in, but the AWOL statuses will not hurt you in terms of a good conduct medal or anything like that if you completely unplug and don't show from the 19th to the 1st. However, January 2nd, that all is redacted, meaning if your AWOL status on January 2nd, your SL will for surely be in touch, and we want to make sure that we try to keep those to a minimum during the Exodus time frame. But just note, January 2nd, we're back active duty. The expectation doesn't change as of right now, so make sure you're on top of that. With that, with January, with December being such shortened month, I want to remind squad leaders, fire team leaders, those reports will be due prior to the 18th. If platoon staff hasn't communicated already, we still want to make sure that we take care of our soldiers. Once we return back January 2nd, our first ceremony of the new year will be January 8th. So we want to make sure that we have those soldiers accounted for, those promotions, any awards, anything like that. January is generally a smaller ceremony because of December being such a short month, but there are several DMOSs throughout the Exodus that really have stand down, but they're based on volunteer, like recruiting and retention, our public affairs. Believe it or not, during this time frame, the 18th through or the 19th through the 1st of the year, college kids, high school kids, people that are in university or secondary school, well, they don't got school for the most part, all around the very much world. So we have an increased amount of traffic through our website, through our Discord, through everything. A lot of people on gaming during this time frame because they have no school. So there will still be some events that we host just for fun. Whether those are some Anastasi, some more Mike Force, some PvP, anything like that. We want to make sure that we still hold some fun. New Year's Eve, December 31st, we'll still hold our pubathon, which we just like to get on and game, do a game mode, and enjoy the evening, ringing the new year together. So with that, the next 2 weekends of December, so we have December 11th and the 18th. Those weekends, we will be conducting Mike Force. If you haven't heard, or you don't have the game, please contact myself, Cadet Vandal, so that we can, again, make sure that you have that DLC for Sog Prairie Mike Force. I want to call out special thanks to Vandal and Cooper for soldiers. Those two soldiers helped make sure soldiers had had the DLC so that everybody could participate in the next 2 weeks. I think it's going to be a great change of pace for us, something that we don't normally do. I think it's a great way to enjoy December on something that isn't what we do. We're a modern Milsim. Getting into Mike Force when it first launched, we played for quite a few months and had a lot of fun. I think this is, again, another fun event, fun weekends that we'll be able to participate together and track that attendance. It's still technically, they're called FTXs at this time. But we'll be able to have some fun. So a great idea, and hopefully the execution is high so that we can have some fun. I'm not looking forward to not really having a scope. That's going to suck. But let's see, some other notes. Pinks and greens are Combat Imaging and Documentation (CID) wants to announce that pinks or greens are on the horizon. Pinks and greens are going to be replacing our dress uniforms that are on our website. You'll still have your shiny medals and badges and stuff like that on there, but the U.S. military, U.S. Army, has started transitioning into pinks and greens throughout this last year, and a little bit the year before that. So we're going to be running it the same way, kind of that the Army transitioned. All new soldiers from January 1st on will be issued pinks and greens out of OSET. So no more dress uniforms coming out of there. And then we will be starting to transition, officers, senior NCOs, command staff, and then as that goes down, as uniform requests come in, we'll be able to start transitioning the rest of the force. So I kind of look forward to those. A big hua to Staff Sergeant Winters and Sergeant Lewis for their work and dedication on these pinks and greens. It's been in the works for a good chunk of 2022 here, for at least 6 months plus. And we wanted to keep redefining, making sure everything is set, that we are in accordance with AR 670-1, be able to make sure that we don't look a fool. So if you haven't seen already, I think my uniform will be the first one posted here in the next couple days. So if you want to see what they look like, check out my PersComms profile. You'll see what it looks like, and kind of what the changes look like. So with that, let's see, anything else? FIG. So we have a couple courses coming in December still, in the shortened month, but FIG is going to be fitting in a jump master school. We had a record-setting amount of combat jumps in January, in 2022. So we need a couple more jump masters to make sure that we're all set there. That course is December 10th at 1800 EST. We're also running a combat lifesaver course on December 16th at 1500 EST. So if those are something that you are interested in and you want to know the requirements, the signups are going to be posted on our advanced course signup area on our forums. And then brings us to today. So today was slotted for the best squad competition. We have two squads that have signed up and are participating as the soldiers that they want in their team. So that was a pretty big benefit for those that wanted to sign up and have a team put together. Everybody else during today will be filtering in to just squads in general. So the way it'll work, once we load into the server, if you have played anything like Friday Night Fights with us back in the day, it was more or less everybody's loads into the server, gets on the I guess squad or the selection screen of where you want to be placed. We're all going to sit there, and then platoon staff, myself, will be able to divvy up, say, all right, so and so take this slot, this slot, this slot, and then we'll kind of step off with those squads. That way we can have a little bit of fun. We'll see the attendance that we have for today as well. The whole thing is just supposed to be a fun course of events. The whole end goal of this best squad is for us to kind of go through, test what it's like, and then see if it's beneficial for us to run this in July and invite other units. I find that to be a lot of fun, to be able to compare ourselves to other Realism or Milsim or anything like that types of units out there, to join us for our 20th anniversary here in July of 2023, and be able to run a competition and have some fun with it. So that's what's going to be happening today. Last month for RRO, we had a decent month of recruiting. So with that, I'd like to welcome our November through current inductees. So we have C. Williams, I'm going to mess this up, Swidorsky, close, Starling, Fora, Holiday, Winslow re-enlisted with us, so welcome back, Winslow. We have O'Neill, S. Gray, Franklin re-enlisted with us again, Kyle and Sear. All were inductees into our unit within the month of November. We also have a good chunk of anniversaries. So first, we have 4 soldiers that are hitting their 1-year anniversary within our unit. So not only do we have a few more than that, but so we have 4 soldiers. We have Lieutenant Frost going to be hitting his 1 year, December 29th of this month. We then have Specialist Donley hitting his 1 year, December 28th. We have McKinsey on a second tour, or another tour, but hitting his 1 year, December 20th. And then we have Corporal Gray hitting his 1 year in just a couple days, December 9th. So these soldiers that are hit their 1 year, I'll be in contact with you. We'll be again, just like any other time, we give out unit anniversary gifts to our 1 year and our 3 year soldiers. So these soldiers, Frost, Donley, McKenzie, and Gray, I'll be in contact to get your addresses so that we can ship you your unit anniversary gift to wherever you want it to go. Also like to call out a special call out to McMahon, currently serving as a warrant officer in our 3 cab. On December 30th, McMahon will hit her 2-year anniversary with us. And then finally, we have a 3-year anniversary with our very own First Arm Brock. So achieving that 3-year, which means I'll be in contact with him and shipping him the coveted 3-year anniversary. So those that are new to our unit, we have a fair amount of specialists and lower that maybe this is your first ceremony or you haven't attended one. We give out unit anniversary gifts. They're supplied through our unit fund, which is why the donation part is so important, that we are able to celebrate and thank our soldiers for their time with us. You can look on the clans list or the Arma clans, whatever you want to call it, list, and there's thousands of units out there. So making sure that we show a little bit of appreciation and thanking our soldiers for a year. 365 days is no small amount of time, definitely when it comes to online gaming. So being able to say thank you to those soldiers, and then a bigger thank you to those that doubled that up like McMahon and tripled that up like First Arm Brock. So a big thank you to those soldiers, and hua. That's where you say hua. All right. Without further ado, that was kind of just our notes side of things. That took 15 minutes. I'm afraid to see what the rest of these 10 pages is going to take. So I'll try to speed this along as fast as possible so that we can kind of get out of here and make sure that we have a large amount of stuff to take care of. So first off, I'd like to call out Dio and myself, if Dio's present, which I don't think he is. All right. So with that, myself and Dio are hereby being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal for donating to the unit. I donated $50, and Dio is being awarded this with a V device for donating $100 in the month of November. We did come up a little short on our goal by $50, the second month in a row. But again, we still continue to have some very dedicated soldiers like Dio that are out there donating throughout this year. I look forward to sharing some numbers in January for our donations, what came in, as well as all our DMOS data as well, of how many recruits we brought in, how many training courses we've had, and so forth. So being able to have some fun with it is great. I won't call everybody up for this one. So I got Dio, Ivanov, Lewis, Kidden, Frost, Kelso, McKinsey, Poltrack, which just retired, Nakis, Perez, Bills, Wolfs, Ericola, Shocked, Nicholas, and Belinsky are all hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal for serving in our unit for 3 months with good conduct, meaning that they didn't have any lapse in AWOLs. Their status on the website didn't go AWOL, which means they reported in every 7 to 10 days. And they are doing what they're signed up to do. So let me get Babel post if he's present. Nope, that's right. That's right. He TPR'd this weekend. Sergeant Babel is hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal for serving 6 months in FIG as a drill instructor. So this is awarded out every 6 months. And we're happy to be able to keep showing, and Babel keeps showing us exactly what he can do. It's non-stop with Sergeant Babel, that's for sure. Can I get Ling, Franklin, Hunter, York, and D. Smith post? Article 15. Yeah, it happens. No, I'm joking. All right, go ahead, move forward. That's Sergeant Vandal you're lying, or Lieutenant Vandal you're lying up on. There you go. All right, go ahead, about face. All right, the two in front of you, which are Hunter and Ling, are hereby, as well as Franklin, York, and Smith, are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of Private First Class, E3. This is their very first promotion within our unit, outside of a training environment. Being able to hit this simply is doing what they say they signed up to do. So be present, be active, vote on clans list, as well as have that time in service, their first 30 days within our unit to qualify for this. So most likely some of them range anywhere from 30 to 59 days in the unit. So congratulations, and again, welcome to the unit. Cool. All right, about face. Congrats again. All right, fall back in. All right. Next up, if I have Foyer here. Is he here? No, he's not. Four, I think that's how you say his name. He's hereby being awarded the National Defense Service Medal. He enlisted with us just this last week, actually, or 2 weeks ago, and went through the military verification process, and he currently serves or served in the U.S. Army. So a big thank you to all our military personnel that are in our unit, whether it's the U.S. nation or foreign nations, or other nations, I should say. But to have continued military personnel join us, they like what they see. They see the potential that we do, and how we try to keep it realistic. It's not a bunch of it's not jacked up. We try our best, but we can't do everything that the U.S. military does. That's in Arma, but I think we do an outstanding job on ensuring we are realistic about it. So, big thank you to him for his service.
Cool.
All right. Next up, if I can get Nicholas, Crawford, Bird, R. Winters, Perez, Ayers, Donley, and Lewis post. All right, go ahead, cover down a little bit. All right, go ahead, about face. All right, so I'll be reading Perez's, Lewis, Nichols, and Ayers. All right. So first off, I'm going to start off with PFC Nicholas. Without PFC's ability to be quick on his feet, Bravo team would have suffered several mass casualty situations during Operation Blue Giant Mission Driving Thunder. His standard sets the bar high, not just for Scorpions, but all of our combat lifesavers in 1st Platoon. He's hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal. Cool. We then have PFC Perez on Patrol 15. On Patrol 15 after Alpha Fire Team Leader went down due to enemy contact, the PFC without hesitation moved out of the striker to assist another member of Alpha who was hindered due to heavy fire. PFC Perez moved alongside another member of the Alpha team, covering fire with his weapon, moving members to safety to receive medical care. PFC Perez's expertise, knowledge, and dedication are in keeping with the highest traditions of military and reflect great credit upon himself, Alpha Company, and 3rd Infantry Division. Next, we have Sergeant Ayers. Sergeant Ayers with C device for mission Melted Glass. During the assault on OBJ Tannerite, 3rd Squad had a mass cas, leaving Sergeant Ayers and and a few others left alive. Once he noticed the squad was down, Sergeant Ayers immediately stepped on 31 to report the mass cache to platoon, and then he reorganized what he had left of that squad to save not only his squad, but the people who were also down from first squad. And then last, we have Sergeant Lewis. For the month of November, Sergeant Lewis has made an exceptional job as a 2IC for developing needed skills of his fire team and also stepping up when needed and taking lead with great professionalism. So these soldiers are all hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal. So these four in front of you, along with Crawford, Bird, Winters, and Donley. So if you want to see what their citations say, again, head over to their profile after BMO processes this. So to save time, and as I said 2 months ago now, you have to be present for me to read your citation. But note that Army Achievement Medal, that's awarded for great leadership, skill, ability, and just overall kicking some ass. So big hua to these four and everybody else that's being awarded. Hua.
Hua.
All right, Bellface. All right. Fall back in. Congratulations, soldiers. All right. Next up, if I can get Kelso and Siegel post. If present. Kelso, Siegel. Negative and negative. Okay. These two soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal for their work in their DMOS. In this case, Kelso as a 79 X-ray or 79 R recruiter. Month of November, he was the highest, the soldier that received, or I should say conducted the most NSOs. With that, he was also awarded a bonus for being the top recruiter. And then we have Siegel for his work in FIG as a range safety officer. Again, just dedication, serving within our FIG and co-instructed numerous courses, OSETs, and land nav within S3. So he again, is an integral part to our FIG team. So, hua, both are being awarded the JSAM. Next up, if I can get Winters, Garcia, and Babel post. C. Winters, sorry. C. Winters. About face. Alright, these two in front of you, the three total with Babylon TPR this weekend, are hereby being awarded their number 2 apparatus on their NCO development ribbon. They already have this ribbon. However, they are now moving from just standard Stage 1 NCO to Stage 2 for completion of our Advanced Leadership course in the month of November. These three endured a large amount of death by PowerPoint and a couple hours worth of classroom instruction, talking, figuring it out exactly what they and how they want to be better leaders. This course was led by myself for a little bit, but a big shout out to First Sergeant for really taking this course and running with it. Being able to learn better skills as you move up as an NCO, how to better prepare yourself as a leader. Anybody that's in a leadership role, it's great. You feel good. You have some people and soldiers below you, but it's a tremendous responsibility. And simply put, you got to be the best. You got to be the expert of that role that you currently hold. So constant improvement, always looking in the mirror, is a big part of that. And warrior leadership kind of just skims on that. But as you move into the advanced leadership courses, these soldiers found out that it's all about them and how they can better improve themselves so that they can become experts to lead at a high level. So a big hua to these three, and a big thank you for your continued development. Hua.
Hua.
All right, Bavis. Thanks again, soldiers. Congratulations. Fall back in. All right, next up, if I can get Searer Bisto, S. Gray, Kyle, York, and O'Neill. Post. Yeah, you can cover down here. I think everybody's TP yard. There you go. All right, Buffets. All right, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Combat Infantry Badge Stage 1. They sneaked it in there in the month of November to get their Stage 1 first combat operation with Operation Blue Giant. Obviously, now we move into that FTX phase. FTXs don't count as combat operations, so the next combat operation will be when we launch into our next operation in, early to mid 2023. Pending what that scenario looks like. Hint, wink, wink. Hint, hint. But hitting the first stage is just that your first combat operation. You got in there, you did what you needed to do, and you're one step closer to getting that stage 2, 3, and then wrapping up with the 4th. So no doubt that it'll happen hopefully right in that order and within a couple years. So congratulations, Who.
Ooh.
Huh.
All right, Bellface. Congratulations, PFC. Fall back in. All right. With that, if I can get Marsh, Nikas, Wolf, Rao, Williamson, Silva, Besto, and Hunter. Post. All right, Buffets. All right, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the basic parachute badge. So these soldiers are finally airborne qualified, first-time jumpers out of a perfectly good airplane. As I said earlier, we had a record-setting number of combat jumps in 2022. And being able to see soldiers continue to go through this course, be ready to jump out of perfectly good airplanes. This airborne doesn't come around as often as some of our other advanced leadership courses. So it's great to be able to have this many up for their first timers. So big congratulations. Cool.
Ooh.
Airborne. All right, Buffets. Congrats, soldiers. Fallen. All right. Next up, if I can get Shocked, Kovic, Sylvia, Williamson. I'm gonna mess it up, but we just call him Smirnoff, Nicholas, and Sear. Post. Smirricky. I think that's how you say it. I think. Don't quote me on that. All right, go ahead and then about face and cover down a little bit. Kind of spread out, so cover to your right. There you go. All right, so these soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E4 specialist. They're entering what we call the E4 Mafia. Our specialist is an expert in his infantry tasks. Our specialists are also in DMOSs, so they're participating in administratively to our unit. They're voting on clans list that properly needed, and they have that ability to currently be a fire team leader and lead soldiers, or just be that expert within that fire team as a fire team member and lead soldiers through by example, I should say. So a big congratulations to all these PFCs moving into the E4 Mafia specialists. So, hua.
Ooh.
Hua.
Bellface.
So proud of Sean.
Fall back in. Hua. All right. Next up, if I can get Fernandez. Balface. Specialist Fernandez is a recent re-enlistee with us. He hit his, well, perfect timing. He's been with us for a prior tour. Recently just came back. I think I might have missed that. That would have been November, right, Specialist, that you came back? Or was it October?
Roger.
So I apologize. Him and Winslow both are returning soldiers. However, the specialist here served in combat and in a combat operation or a combat mission in November. So that awarded him the third Infantry Division combat patch for also achieving his Stage 3 CIB. So this is his third combat operation within our unit. So once you hit that Stage 3, a lot of stuff gets thrown at you. A lot of chest candy, I guess you can say. So not only does he's being awarded his CIB 3, he's being awarded his combat patch, 3rd ID, as well as his GWAT for serving in 3 combat operations. So congratulations to Specialist here, who now has to get a back brace. So congratulations. Oh. All right, Buffface. Congratulations. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Corporal Defrost, Nikes, McKinsey, and Wolf. Post. All right. Belfast. All right. These 4 soldiers, all 4 present today, are hereby being awarded Stage 1 of the following. So, Corporal Frost, you're hereby being awarded Stage 1 Combat Action Badge. Corporal Frost recently transitioned into our Forward Observer, which is outside of our 11 Bravo Combat Infantry badge side. So officially he's being awarded his first stage of Combat Action Badge. We then have combat medical badges being awarded to our first timers as a combat medic, a squad combat medic, with Nikes, McKinsey, and Wolf are hereby being awarded their stage 1 of combat medical. So congratulations to these 4 soldiers to hit stage 1. That's just a stepping off point. Longevity in your current roles, no doubt you'll see several stages throughout your career. So congratulations. Oh.
What?
Right. Belfast. Congrats, soldiers. Fall back in. Alright, next up, if I can get Rao, Nikas, Searer, Belinsky, Garcia, and Cooper. Post. Alright, about face. Alright, let's see who I have to read. Alright, we got Specialist Rao first. Specialist Rao being awarded the Army Commendation Medal, the ARCOM, for Operational Mission Driving Thunder and Patrol 16. Specialist Rao proved his leadership capabilities and fast thinking when his team leader, Sergeant Lewis, went down. Specialist flawlessly led Bravo team of Scorpions, and without him, First Squad wouldn't have been able to execute its mission. We then have Specialist Nikes. For the month of November, the Specialist was acting with great professionalism, saved First Squad on many different occasions. Without his medical skill, knowledge, Scorpions would have not survived a single operation. Operational mission. So that's a good one, huh? PFC Searer with C device. PFC is being recommended the Army Commendation Medal with C device for his actions as a rifleman while enduring combat. His swift actions during Mission Driving Thunder prevented the destruction of their squad while engaging in heavy combat. PFC readied his AT-4 in a defiance of a Russian T-80 that was firing on the squad. He then fired his weapon into the tank, disabling it and saving his squad. We then have Garcia for amazing dedication during Operation Blue Giant. This one, actually, I should say, and Cooper, both read the same. For amazing dedication for Operation Blue Giant, having attended 100% of all combat missions and operations within Operation Blue Giant. So that's combat operations, which we ran 19. So these soldiers, these two, Garcia and Cooper, attended all combat operations, 19 out of 19, which entails also the Ranger mission that was run. So that is a hell of a dedication, and both hold such prominent roles in our unit, with being our 3 Cav XO and our platoon medic. Very, very important, and their dedication for sure had to be acknowledged within ARCOM. So congratulations to these soldiers, these 6. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, about face. Thank you again. Congratulations. Ooh. All right. Next up, if I can get dun-dun-dun-dun. So there's a lot of pages here, but a lot of it's because of our ending of our combat operations. So go ahead and get me Cooper, C. Winters, Ivanov, Lewis, Donley, Poltrack, Post. Stand by. And there you go. About face. Alright. So these 6 soldiers are hereby being awarded their Combat Star, Stage 2. So second award for a Combat Star. Combat Star is awarded for airborne operations. In this case, these 6 soldiers participated in Mission Cold Steel, which is our Ranger airborne mission that executed on, what was that, the 19th of November, so that Saturday evening, and went on for a long time. So a big hua. I mean, they received their 2nd star. Some of these soldiers were up here a couple months ago when we receiving their 1st star, but showing that they are Ranger qualified, and obviously that was our infill plan. So congratulations in making sure we got there and did what we did. So hua. About face. Congratulations. Fall back in. Next up, Vandal, Garcia, and Ayers. Post. All right, about face. All right, these soldiers jumped out of 3 perfectly good airplanes. They're hereby being awarded their 3rd stage or 3rd star of combat for Combat Star. So these soldiers generally have, obviously, at least 2 combat operations under the belt. We only jumped twice in Operation Blue Giant, so they received their 2nd and now 3rd during this combat campaign. So, hua, congratulations.
Ooh.
All right. About face. Congrats, soldiers. File back in. All right, next up, First Sergeant. Post. All right, about face. All right, I bet you can guess what's next. All right. In this case, First Sergeant is hereby being awarded his 5th and final Combat Star. First Sergeant is a jump master, and as well a senior jump master, I should say, and just completed his 5th combat jump, which then lands you 1 big fat star on there. I as well participated in this Ranger mission, I've been maxed out now for quite a while. So sad day for me, but outstanding job for our soldiers that jumped out of perfectly good airplanes, earning that combat star. While I have the first sergeant up here, so I don't have to call him back up later, I would also like to extend the units as a whole appreciation for his dedication. Those that don't know, First Sergeant holds many hats, not only as our company First Sergeant, but he also holds the hat of our FIG NCUIC. Maintaining our training is a very big responsibility of our First Sergeant, and as well as since the I'd say early to mid point of our operation, Blue Giant, First Sergeant took over the lead position of our S2 as NCUIC when Staff Sergeant Pendergast retired. So First Sergeant had to not only pick up the pieces of where we were, come up with what our objectives, missions, patrols, build said missions and patrols with his staff of S2, and ensure that we had at least a capable mission or patrol every single weekend. So just the longevity of dedication and the amount of work on the backside that doesn't include just weekends. It included late nights, early mornings of testing out the PBOs, making sure that the Eden part is right, as well as the Zeus side of our operations is right. Some were received extremely well, some were received with a lot of criticism. And that's something that First Sergeant worked through, took everybody's feedback that came to him, as well as, continued to push forward with my mission planning and overall mission objective in sight. So with that, I'd like to award him the Defense Superior Service Medal for outstanding dedication to his role. This is usually awarded at the 5-year mark, but this is something that I see First Sergeant well deserved of hitting it already at his 3-year. But then just the amount of hats the First Sergeant brings and holds, and dedication that he has provided us as a trusted advisor of myself, as a command staff member, but what he fully puts forth for the betterment of our unit, for the betterment of his soldiers below him, it doesn't go unnoticed. So a big hua, a big thank you. Hua. Hua. All right, Bowface. Thank you, First Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. Okay. Next up, if I can get Babel and McKinsey post. If present, McKinsey's present. Yep. Buffets. Alright, so Babel and McKinsey are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal. So Babel, for his outstanding work as an FIG drill sergeant, his dedication and duty to the FIG as his time as a sergeant, showed his excellence developing soldiers, increasing the unit's capabilities. He's a pillar of our leadership, leading one of our combat squads, and also ensuring that the training of all other soldiers in the unit is to a high standard. McKinsey, I put him in for the Joint Service Commendation Medal for his work in our public affairs as our lead 46 journalist, for his unwavering dedication to the duty in public affairs. In his time, McKinsey has served S6 with vulgar excellence and ensuring his journalism staff is on target and on point with every news article while serving as our journalist lead. Recently, he just took on extra responsibilities in the month of November of our public affairs social media platforms. So him being able to utilize his work and all our soldiers in public affairs work of articles and making sure that gets out to our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. So a big congratulations on hua to these two. Hua.
Hua.
And while I have, while I have Specialist McKinsey up here, like to promote him to the grade and rank of E4 Corporal. Getting back into that NCO Corps. Corporal McKenzie has been there before. He went through our promotion board and scored 27 points above the needed the needed score to just be qualified as a corporal. In this case, obviously, he serves in multiple DMOSs, RFIG, PAO, but he also serves as our combat medic, just coming up here to receive his combat medical badge. He holds several hats. He's a expert in his own way, but a big thank you, big congratulations, and welcome to the NCO Corps. Hoa.
Hoa.
Ooh.
All right, Buffface.
Fourth time's the charm, sir.
Fourth time's a charm. Maybe you'll get that fifth or that third stripe.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. All right. With that, let's see. That's a campaign. I'll be reading off some stuff here shortly. I wanted to make sure. All right. So I might as well start this right now. So, soldiers that participated, I won't have any of these call up. This list currently right now is between all these are 4 pages of names. So every soldier that participated in, that is currently active duty, being awarded this, that participated in Operation Blue Giant is hereby being awarded the European Campaign Medal. So this is a campaign medal that is awarded with just serving in the European theater of Operation Blue Giant. So I'll read all the names just quickly, but they'll be posted as well. So we got myself, MAJ J.LaFlash, Frost, Tucci, Cooper, Dio, McMahon, Brock, Vandal, Winters, Ivan, Garcia, Babel, Marsh, Lewis, Ayers, Grigorov, Kelso, Snyder, Defrost, Gray, Kidon, Fives, Donley, Nickus, Crawford, Sergil, Fernandez, Brighton, Rao, McKenzie, Siegel, Wolf, Lancaster, Bills, Wenzel, Perez, Troll, Poltrak, Bird, Ericola, Kolvik, damn it, Smirnoff. I was on a roll there, too. Damn. Nicholas, Marty, Abrams, Silva, Belinsky, Searer, Burstow, R. Winters, Williamson, Schacht, Hunter, Franklin, Ling, Smith, York, O'Neill, Gray, Kyle. All right, so those are soldiers that are currently serving in our unit. We obviously had some soldiers that will also be backdated this for those that have served with us, retired during this time frame as well. So we'll have to look into that. That was something I wanted to make sure that we add to this medal. And then obviously if any of those soldiers that served with us during this campaign served in a combat operation, re-enlist with us, then we'll be able to hit them up for their thing. But all the retirees during this will be added to this list as well. So next up, we now have unit citations. So the way our unit citations break out at the end of a campaign is ideally one of multiple ways. I make the choice as the unit commander on what we want to award out. If it's just one unit campaign, like we did back in Silver Guardian, I think if you served in 1 to 47 or 44 combat operations of Operation Silver Guardian, you were awarded only one campaign medal. However, we also do it in terms of stature, meaning those soldiers that participated in it or in the campaigns. So we have the Presidential, the Valorous, and where's my last one? The Army Superior. So the Valorous and the Army Superior are, 2 and 1. So in this case, we have soldiers being awarded the Army Superior. Are soldiers that participated in 1 to 7 of our 19 combat operations. So they served in 7 or less. They had to serve in 1 to obviously be a part of it, but they served in 7 or less. In this case, this is Marsh, Rao, Lancaster, Wenzel, Fernandez, Perez, Nichols, Smirnoff, Marty, Abrams, Silva, Belinsky, Searer, Bistow, Kovic, Schacht, Hunter, Kyle, Ling, Smith, York, O'Neill, Gray, and Franklin. As you can see, a large amount of these are specialists and below. The one off for that is obviously Sergeant Marsh, who during most of our combat operation Blue Giant was deployed for the U.S. Army. So that would be that one off. So all these soldiers, if I just listed your name, you served in 7 or less, 7 to 1 combat operations in Blue Giant, are hereby being awarded the Army Superior Unit Award. So that unit citation. So hua. All right. So next up, we now have the Valorous unit citation. So these are soldiers that served in 8 to 14 combat operations of our 19. So they missed, what is that, 5 of our missions. Up to 5, I should say. So these soldiers are being awarded the Valorous unit citation, or unit award citation. So we have Warrant Officer Dio, Warrant Officer McMahon, Ayers, Grigorov, Snyder, Kelso, Fives, Gray, Seagray, Nikes, McKinsey, Crawford, Siegel, Poltrack, Brighton, Bills, Wolf, Troll, Bird, R. Winters, Williamson, and Ericola. So this one has a little bit of a wide range. I mean, to serve in 8 to 14 combat operations, you could have been here the entire time. In this case, some soldiers, we have some PFCs on this list. PFCs and specialists to make it on this, to serve 8. I mean, that was 4 months worth of combat operations, and you didn't miss a one. So outstanding job to these large list of Valorous unit citation. Hua. All right, so the final list, the final citation is what we call the Presidential Unit Citation. So this is awarded to soldiers who participated in 15 to 19, so 15 to everything, combat operations. In that case, you have myself, Major LaFlash, you have Lieutenant Frost, Lieutenant Tucci, Warrant Officer Cooper, as I called out earlier, attended 19 out of 19 combat operations, including our Ranger mission. First Sergeant Brock, Cadet Vandal, Staff Sergeant Winters, Staff Sergeant Ivanov, Sergeant Garcia, who again participated in 19 out of 19 of our combat operations. We have Sergeant Babel, Sergeant Lewis, Corporal Defrost, Corporal Kidon, Specialist Donnelly, and Specialist Surgical. So these soldiers were extremely relied on, being awarded the Presidential citation or unit citation. Again, attended that 15 out of 19. I think to hit that many shows obviously you've been here for obviously the entire campaign. Is almost, unless you enlisted like in April of last year or of this year, to be able to hit that many shows a strong dedication, not only to yourself to make that happen, but also the soldiers that had to probably change some things around in their personal life to make sure that they could attend that many combat operations and that many weekends. So a big thank you, a big hua to those soldiers being awarded the Presidential Unit Citation. Hua. Beautiful. All right. Next up, if I can get Garcia and Babel post. All right, Buffets. All right, in this case, we have Sergeant Garcia in front of us and Sergeant Babel. Garcia serves as our Widowmaker Doc, our platoon medic, and Sergeant Babel serves as our Widowmaker 4, 4th squad leader. They both are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E6 Staff Sergeant, having completed the promotion board, both scoring well above where they needed to be by at least 30 points plus, and one of them 42 points. So extremely knocked it out of the park for what they do. Hitting that rocker, getting that Staff Sergeant. They are trusted members of our NCO Corps. Lead from the front, lead by example. And I can't think of many better NCOs in our unit than we have right now. And having Garcia and Babel continue to prove that goes without notice. So, hua. Congratulations. All right, Belfast. Fall back in. Alright, that's done. Just going through my list, making sure. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Next up, if I can get Lewis and Donley, post. Neither. Sergeant Lewis is here. There you go. There you go. Buffers. Alright. Sergeant Lewis, Specialist Donley are hereby being awarded the Purple Heart. So let me read both citations since they're pretty low. Well, I wouldn't say short. Sergeant Lewis for military merit and wounds received during Ranger mission Cold Steel while serving as Bravo Fire Team leader on Ranger mission Combat Patrol. Sergeant Lewis sustained critical wounds during several raids on entrenched Russian A positions and a missile storage bunker. Despite his injuries, he successfully led his team through an objective and contributed to the mission's success. If I recall, during that mission, he came down a little hard on his parachute. That didn't qualify him for it, but I recall us having, luckily, the Major right there to quickly aid his wounds. We then have Specialist Donley for operational mission Melted Glass when 3rd Squad was ambushed by Spetsnav. Specialist Donley found himself being the only surviving member of the squad. The specialist quickly hopped on 3-1, reported to the platoon of a mass cast. After that, instead of applying first aid to himself, the specialist ran back into the woods through while extremely endangered and injured and under heavy fire to retrieve not 2 or 3, but all of his men who were down in the woods. Because the Specialist Donley 3rd Squad successfully recovered and continued with the mission. So a big hooah to him as well. So both are being awarded the Purple Heart. Cool.
Ooh.
Cool.
All right, about face. Congrats. Fall back in. Oh, yeah, good. Take a seat. Go ahead. All right. Next up, who the hell put this in there? Well, I guess I'm being awarded a Silver Star. I didn't see that got slid in there. Thanks, everybody. So I'll read the citation. J.LaFlash, during combat mission, Cold Steel Ranger mission while assigned as a rifleman while assigned as a rifleman of his team, the team encountered an enemy BMP without any anti-tank weaponry left and under heavy fire from the enemy BMP. Under covering fire from his support team, MAJ J.LaFlash crawled 100 meters to the BMP, placed a demo block on the BMP, and quickly being able to push through to the other side of the contact where he was able to disable the BMP, eliminating the remaining contacts from the far side. Well, that was nice of whoever slid that in there. So I've actually never been awarded the Silver Star my entire career.
How convenient, maybe.
Somebody looked at my service record. Thank you. I remember that. That was pretty fun. I remember, I believe I was right next to Staff Sergeant. I was assigned to Staff Sergeant Winter's team during that time. And yeah, that was pretty awesome. I think I got it on stream somewhere. So, but thank you. Silver Star is something that I can't remember the last one ever being awarded in our unit. I recall back a former First Sergeant Went was awarded the Silver Star. I think, but it's one of those that goes without saying. Pretty high stature. So, cool. Thanks. All right. Next up, if I can get Frost. Cool. J. Frost, post. All right, Belfast. All right. So with this, Lieutenant Frost has hit or will be hitting his 1 year in the month of well, this month, end of the month, I should say. With that, that qualifies him to be awarded the Army Meritorious Unit Commendation, which is only awarded to officers. It's similar to a unit citation, like the presidential, stuff like that. So you might see on my uniform, on Lieutenant Tucci's uniform, as you hit that 1 year mark. This is in our unit, this is the way our time in service is tracked. So each year adds, you'll see a numeral number be attached to that ribbon as well. So the Meritorious Service Medal being awarded to Lieutenant Frost for, as it says, distinguished meritorious service in a position of extreme or enormous responsibility while serving as an officer. So a big hooah to Lieutenant. Hooah.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. About face. Fall back in. Hooah. All right. If I can get Cooper, Silva, Babel, Garcia, Ivanov, Vandal, post. Alright. Baves. Alright. So, somebody's in this formation that does not want to be, but too damn bad. I'm the commander for a reason. So, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal. Alright. So, the way this works, we have 3 of these soldiers being awarded this for achieving 60 votes in the calendar month. So, the difference there, 60 is damn near impossible to hit. I've said this time and time again. I try, get demotivated. I say fuck it for a month, and I try again the following month, and still then it's a pain in the ass. So for these soldiers, these Ivan, Garcia, Babel, are constantly up here. Being able to hopefully catch up to First Sergeant, who's maxed out on the damn medal, because that's the routines. We had a soldier. We had several soldiers that were extremely close in the mid 50s to high 50s. Just don't get disheartened. Keep up. I mean, you obviously have a good routine down to be able to vote daily twice to get this award. We then have Vandal, Sylvia, and Cooper for being awarded this for their gifting of their squad mates and their unit some games. As I mentioned earlier, the amount of dedicated and work that our soldiers go through to ensure that everybody had SOG, Mike Force, goes without saying. A big thank you to those soldiers, and that would be the rest of these 3. So congratulations. Hooah.
Hooah.
All right. Hooah. Buffets. All right. Fall back in. Hooah. All right. Next up, if I can get Winters and Vandal. All right. Balface. All right. So these 2 soldiers were key to the success of our not only just campaign in general. Throughout the entire campaign, I kind of look back. Both of these were junior NCOs when the campaign started, and now currently serving as our platoon leader and platoon sergeant. But more specifically, I want to call out their actions during combat mission Cold Steel, our Ranger mission, where both of these soldiers led combat elements. So with that, we had Sergeant Winters, Cadet Vandal, led from the front on multiple engagements throughout the entire combat operation, or combat mission, ensuring the safety of their fellow Rangers and leading through their respective teams. One led one element and one led the other. Both Staff Sergeant and Cadet Vandal led their fellow Rangers and showed support of the unit and our company as a whole. So with this, through their combat engagements and stern leadership and ability, are hereby being awarded the Bronze Star with Valor. So these soldiers, again, the dedication that they provide as trusted C staff members of ours, the work that goes on the backside. Again, we all show up. We love the weekends. We love Saturdays and Sundays because they're fun. You get the game. You get to do all this stuff. But the amount of work that goes into the administrative side of things, the C staff side of things, to ensure we have soldiers ready, the extra work that I put them through as well, as the unit commander. All C staff can contest to that, of making sure that I'm very stern on making sure that we have a great experience and nobody falls short of that expectation. If you're in that leadership role, and our C staff, and specifically these two, being our Widowmaker 6 and 7, get a good chunk of that directly right on their plate. So a big congratulations to these two for their service, their dedication to their role. I look forward to seeing what 2023 has entail for both of them, as you know, they're extremely vital to our success. So again, both are being awarded the Bronze Star for their actions, but I wanted to shed some special light on what they do for us as command staff members. So hua.
Hua.
Congratulations, Balface. Hua. Fall back in. All right. So just stand by. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. We are 8 minutes over. We'll get everybody out of here because we're going to have to restart our server. Again, as I look through these, anniversaries, closing notes. Okay, I think I wrapped up everything. If I missed anything, I apologize. I will reach out to you personally. 10 pages was quite a lot to navigate across my desk here to make sure I didn't miss. But again, outstanding job. We're ending 2022 on a very high note in terms of our combat operations. Wrapping that up, we're now stateside, moving into our FTX phases. Today we're going to have a lot of fun with our best squad competition. Just getting in there, running the lanes. We'll be able to ensure just fun. That's all we want. I mean, there's really no expectation. Each lane is scored, but at the end of the day, if you're having some fun, having some good warrior spirit, I'll be going around, and if we have any bottlenecks, maybe doing some major says or some like trivia, just to see. I remember we've done that before. Actually, at the start of this operation, Blue Giant, we did that, but. Just want to make sure I say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Again, we start that holiday exodus. I'll be obviously around, but I want to make sure that I extend that out to everybody, and we'll be ringing in the new year together. So, without further ado, Cadet Vandal, post. All right, take charge. Dismiss your troops.
Oh. Okay, everyone, go ahead and disconnect. This is a attendance checked event. Anyone who's not grouped up into a squad prior will be grouped up at the beginning of the event for a squad to run through. So, look forward to seeing you all there. Make sure you walk out before you disconnect.
We'll be launching back here shortly with our best squad competition. Should be some fun. Please tune in. I'll be utilizing our cadre personnel as well as seeing what our best squads come out on top as. So I want to ensure we have a little bit of fun today. We'll see how well it's received. I hope well. I don't know what the hesitation is a little bit from some of the soldiers, but ultimately, let's have some fun. But I'll see you in a little bit, hopefully.